Hello, welcome to this comparison video of the Alcatel 980 and the Alcatel 990. The 980 came out approximately about 2010. It runs Android 2.1 and it has a great flip up keyboard, as you can see there. This lights up as well when it's dark and you've got plenty of battery power. I've had this phone for about a year and a half now. It's been good. It's a very well built phone. Now, I won't go through specs and all that sort of stuff. You'll see those in the comments below. But it's a very good phone. It's quite thick compared to most phones these days, and but it is sturdy. It's the sort of phone you can put in your pocket, in your back pocket, sit down on it, and you know you are not going to break the screen. Very sturdy, very well built phone. I've been very pleased with it. It runs 2.1, so a lot of apps you cannot use or download, but you know, if you're a beginner to the Android market, it's a great place to start, or even for a backup phone. Quite hard to get hold of these days though, unfortunately, but like I say, it's a very good phone. I've had it for about 18 months. You've got the power socket there, you've got two volume buttons there, up and down obviously, and interesting thing about this I found out the hard way is if you hold down the volume button and also press the power button, which is the little red one at the side here, it actually does a factory reboot and reinstalls Android. Believe it or not, I actually returned 5 of these phones thinking I got a faulty batch. I was using an in-car holder, the sort of thing that sits on the air vents in a car, and it would obviously clamp around this area, holding the volume button down, and when I'd turn it on it would install Android 2.1, thus wiping every app I downloaded and all my settings from it. Very annoying. I contacted Alcatel and eventually got an email back saying that sounds like a factory reset, so I avoided doing that again. But on the whole, it's been a good phone. It's a capacitive screen, so you can actually use this wearing gloves, which I've done many a time during the winter, and using it to change tracks on MP3s, that sort of stuff. So some people think they're cheaper screens, but if you're an outdoors type person, it's a great thing to have. You know, with a capacitive screen you can use gloves, which is great. So yeah, well built phone. Downside is 2.1, and with both these phones, unfortunately they come with pre-installed apps that you cannot uninstall unless you mess about rooting the phone. A bit annoying because there's a lot of apps on there I don't want, and it's taking up precious internal memory. That's Alcatel for you, unfortunately. There are apps on there I don't want, don't need, and can't delete them, and taking up precious space. So more about that later when we look at the 990. So on the whole, the 980, good phone. You've got your headphone input here, power, your volume there, power input there, and that's pretty much it. And you've got the great keyboard there. I can't sing its praises enough. It's very useful. Very small keys, you do get used to them, and very handy if you do send drunken text messages like I do occasionally. So on the whole, great phone. A few downsides, but not a bad one. Now moving on to the 990, I've had this one for about 2 months now. Quite a few leaps and bounds from the 980. Slightly bigger screen, clearer, very sharp colours on it and everything compared to the 980. So a great leap forward there. And the sound quality, on the back you've got the speaker here next to the 5 megapixel camera, also has a flash on it, which the 980 doesn't. The 980 only has, I believe, a 2 meg camera. It was okay, but not great. 5 megapixel camera is quite a lot better. I've only taken a few photos with it, but it is a lot better. Sound quality is superb. Now the speaker is very loud. I do like to listen to music at night. Put the phone at the side of my bed, turn it right down, but even at its lowest setting it's too loud, so that might be a plus, might be a minus, but sound quality, it is superb. Like I say, the screen is so much better as well. On the front you only have the one pronounced button there, which is the home key. You've got 3 soft keys, you've got the settings, you've got a search, and you've also got a return button there. Again, you've got the volume buttons on the side, roughly in the same sort of place. These are smaller, fiddlier keys. The 980's keys were a lot better, you know, more solid. These are softer keys really, and no power socket there. The power socket's actually on the top with the, there you go, that's the volume for it, with the headphone adapter in there as well. And the power button is down here, very fiddly place there. Many a time I'm holding the phone and my finger brings up the phone menu, or brings up one of the apps on Play Store there, because it's quite a sensitive screen, but you're holding the phone like this, trying to turn it on or off, and you can quite easily bring up the phone menu. So, to me that's a little, that's only a slight design error, but that's just the way I use it. Now with the 990, it's a very shiny finished case. It's plastic. It comes actually with two cases. As you can see, this is some sort of zigzaggy pattern thing. Also comes with like a paint splatter effect. Now it was part of a competition on Facebook, Alcatel's Facebook page, to pick which one you get. It was only originally available from O2, exclusive contract with Alcatel, but you can now pick these up from various supermarkets. I shopped around and you can get them in Asda and Tesco's. Becoming a bit scarce now though. Obviously there are new models coming out, but the 990 is pretty much scarce now, so I was quite lucky to get hold of this one. Enjoying it. It's a better phone in certain aspects than the 980. It's, as I was saying, it's very shiny coated finish, plastic finish, very smooth, whereas the 980 had this lovely sort of, as you can see, rubber, sort of almost rubberized coating on front and back. There's the camera and the speaker, by the way. Rubberized on the front, all around here, all around the side, so always in your hand. Never ever drop this at all, because it's quite a good grip with this sort of rubberized coating on, which is superb. This one, very shiny, very gloss. I've not yet dropped it out my hand, but I know I will at some stage, because it feels good in the hand, but there's no grip. It's just very slippy, very shiny, but it does feel good in your hand. It fits in your hand well, nice. It's quite ergonomical as well. On the back, the camera area and the speaker area is sort of raised up there, and like I say, you got the one quite pronounced home key on there, which is good, and the three soft keys. So oh yes, and that's another thing. As you can see here, text message memory full. This always pops up, and lo and behold, low on space. Now both these phones, I believe, only have 100 meg internal storage, which is a pain in the backside, because as you can see, Google Plus Maps, Maps is pretty much an essential on all the phones these days. That's 11 meg on its own. Moving down, you've got Play Store. Then you've got Office Suite, one of the many apps that are installed on Alcatel phones that you cannot remove. They're pre-installed, and I wish I could remove it because it's taking up precious space. I don't use Facebook, that's pre-installed as well. Twidroid, the update to it is very good. Ubi Social, but I can't update it because there's no space left. So there's various things on there that I cannot remove, which I wish I could, but Alcatel pre-installed them, so I've constantly got low space message coming up on my screen. So that's the downside. Now the 995 comes out this year, 2012, end of, I believe. That we don't know if it's got pre-installed apps. That will be running Ice Cream Sandwich 4.0. And this 990, this runs 2.2. We were told it was going to be running 2.3. It's been advertised, it's been mentioned many a time. I even had a Alcatel sales rep or promotions guy in a shopping centre tell me that it was going to get upgraded to 2.3. Never happened. I've been in touch with Alcatel on Twitter, Facebook, and received no answer to whether it's going to get upgraded to 2.3. You can install software upgrade, update checker from Alcatel's website. Did this, plugged my phone in, you are using the current version of the software, so it looks like it will never happen. It's been out over 12 months, so I can't see that happening anytime soon. So like I said, the 995 comes out this year, and also I believe it's the 986, which is the first HD screen they're going to be bringing out, so I'll be looking forward to those and maybe doing a comparison with the 995 and the 990. But on the whole, the 980 and the 995, great beginner's phone. If you're a texter, the keyboard is great on this. Small screen, specs will be in the comments as I've said before. As you can see, small screen, probably about an inch difference, but you have got all this extra sort of build on the front here with the extra buttons. So great keyboard, great build on the 980. Solid phone, put it in your pocket, don't worry about sitting down, you won't smash the screen on some more flimsy phones that you can get out in the market. 990, big upgrade with the screen, the phone, the camera, sorry, the speaker, the sound quality, so a few great leaps there. Unfortunately, still only got a limited internal memory. Now I know you can move apps to your SD card. There we go, there it goes again, memory full. You can move apps to an SD card, however most of them you can't, especially the pre-installed ones, unfortunately. So only 100 meg, that is pretty much full. I think I've got about 10 meg left, but even some of the apps that need upgrades, I can't do it because there's no space left. So that's a bit of a downside on Alcatel, pretty much, because it's not too great. I wish there was more memory. Now I believe the 995 comes with 1 gig internal memory, which will be fantastic. Plenty of space there for all your apps. Might even download Angry Birds, even though when it's going out. So yeah, guys, hope this has helped. If you're an Alcatel fan, I am pretty much. I came onto the 980 just looking around. I like the build, like the keyboard. Unfortunately, it was advertised that it was all going to be red and everything, but that never happened in this country. So I've been quite happy with this. It's only 2.1, that was a bit of a disappointment, and also the pre-installed apps that you can't remove. But on the whole, great, been happy with the phone. Shame about the factory reboot issue, but there we go, you live and learn. 990, it's looking good. I've had it a couple of months now. Screen is fantastic, sound is fantastic, camera's pretty good as well, build quality is pretty okay as well. So hopefully that's helped you guys, and if you like it, if you don't, I really don't care. But there we go. Hopefully when the 995 comes out, I'll do a comparison with the 990 and the 995. So hope you enjoy. Leave a message, whatever, comment. Cheers guys, bye.